Welcome to episode 63 of the OVW Fan Zone Live. This is where fans talk back. My name is Jackman Oaks.
I'm Brian Hines, and I'm sorry about my hair. It's humid in here.
It is quite humid. I should have conditioned mine this morning, but we will get through it, and we'll get through it together, Brian Hines, along with all of our fans here in the chat. And Tiny Brian, our producer. Tiny Brian, say hello, please.
Hello, please.
He's in the chat as at OVW Podcast. He's going to be looking for your questions and comments. Make sure you get those over to him. And in the final segment of the show, we will address them promptly.
There. Much
Happy?
better.
Happy?
Yes, I am now.
Good. So no real big OVW news, really. You know, we kind of like to start off, this segment of the show if there's any huge announcements or anything like that. I can't really think of any. All I can really say is that the show is looking better, sounding better, is presented better, and some of the best action that I've seen in the time covering it. It's firing on all cylinders.
Are you pulling my leg?
No.
Really? Because I'm asking because I know that you're not on social media, so you honestly...
What
I'm
happened?
not sure what you're driving at either.
What happened?
Didn't they say that Haley is going to be there tomorrow?
Wait,
night?
what?
Oh, yeah. That is in this match. Yes, Hollywood Haley J makes her triumphant return to Hot Point Davis Arena, teaming. We'll do a little predictions, but she's going to team with one Sophia Rose and three lovely Miss Larkin.
No, I was.
Three lovely Miss Larkins?
Well, you know, she's got a lot going on in there.
Oh, wow. Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Thanks for playing along with me. I was like, please, go do the thing. Say it.
Okay. I thought there's no way you.
No, I heard
not
from you.
have...
I heard from you, actually.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, you told me Monday, I believe.
Oh, well, I was really excited.
So
I still am, apparently.
No, that is going to be the conversation of this week's episode. Really, is Davis Arena's favorite daughter coming back. Huge news for Davis Arena. Huge news for fans of OVW. Hollywood Haley J truly is one of the most special wrestlers that has come through OVW. Her connection with the fans is unmatched by any wrestler at any level.
Yeah.
Short of like Cody Rhodes, in all honesty. She just has an amazing charisma and just really, really, really such a big part of the kind of current history of OVW, and such a big part of the heart of OVW as well.
She gets that amazing charisma, I would imagine, from Amazing Maria, her mother. And while I'm thinking of it, I would like to wish her and Maximo Suave a wonderful 1-year anniversary.
Yeah, I guess we are. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's good for them.
Yeah, we talked about that the day of, and you were like, "Oh, remember to bringing that in the show." And so I forgot it on the podcast, but I did get it here. So yeah,
those crazy kids, they're gonna make it.
Yeah, I believe in you.
They're gonna make it,
and they throw one hell of a party too.
So
I'm still a little hungover.
So anything here? Let's delve into not exactly predictions, but what do you think this means for OVW? What do you think it means for Hollywood Haley J? She's sticking around? Is this one time off?
I don't know. The news that she's going to be back really kind of floored me. I mean, I would, me personally, I would love to see her back there, but she's already broadened her horizons so much. I mean, and don't push her, because did you see that video where she slapped that lady in that competition? Yeah,
that was
not to be messed with.
Absolutely insane. Not surprised, though.
No soccer rocks, just open-handed smack to the face.
It's like David Schultz, an open-hand slap whenever he beat up the 60 Minutes reporter.
Wow, that's a very specific
That was
reference.
2020, and that was John Stossel.
Oh, 2020, yeah. John Stossel,
I was 8 when that happened, and people were like, oh, my God.
He said, he keeps saying, you like that? That's an open-handed slap. That fake? It's the funniest clip of all time.
It's the second biggest slap in wrestling history, and behind Andy Kaufman and Jerry the King Lawler.
Yeah, I knew you were going to go to that.
It's the biggest.
Yeah, Stossel wanted to be controversial so bad.
Yeah.
He succeeded finally.
He was like, this whole thing's fake, right? Nope.
No.
David Schultz showed him. It's so funny. If you guys haven't seen that clip, it's very easy to find. And as a wrestling fan, It is essential media. You have to see it. So let's get into the tour update here. We've got tons of places in and around Kentucky, outside of Kentucky, Indiana a couple of times, where we can see OVW and the superstars thereof. Where can we find them, Brian Hines?
Every Thursday night, you can catch OVW at Hot Point Davis Arena. Doors open at 6:15. Overdrive is from 6:30 to 7. Rise is from 7 to 9. OVW Fight Night, also at Hot Point Davis Arena. That is August 17th. That's 2 days after Jackman's birthday.
Just only 2.
Shh. Bluegrass Sports Complex in Elizabethtown, Kentucky, August 29th. Bonus Pints in Longport, Indiana on September 6th. The Laportatorium in LaPorte, Indiana on September 27th. Owensboro Event
The LaPorte
Center.
Civic Auditorium. I don't want anybody trying to Google LaPortatorium and not being able to go see the OVW superstars.
I'm just trying to lobby for the name change, that's all. Owensboro Event Center, Owensboro, Kentucky, November 1st. And Jungle Gyms, Oscar Event Center, Fairfield, Ohio, November 21st. We also have 2 nights of OVW action at the Kentucky State Fair.
Yeah, maybe.
Do we have the dates on those? I know they said them in the show last week. I was just wondering
I
if...
don't think we have graphics yet. That's usually what I go by for pulling the dates. And I haven't seen
But I'm pretty sure that there's 1 show on Friday and 2 shows on Saturday, an afternoon and an evening show.
Good.
That is how it was last year, if I remember correctly.
Love to see OVW represented in one of the great bluegrass traditions.
That's right.
Hopefully we can go again this year.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, I love the Bluegrass State Fair. Love the Kentucky State Fair. Okay, so that's all that we have in terms of breaking news and tour updates. We're going to take a short break. We've got a ton of stuff to talk about tonight. Get your comments and your questions in the chat. Get ready to drink because you're about to see Al. We will be right back right after this.
Dream a reality and attend the world-famous Harvard of Pro Wrestling. The OVW Academy with Al Snow, the birthplace of legends including Batista, John Cena, Randy Orton, The Miz, and many more. Will you be the next name added to that impressive list? Visit OVWacademy.com and apply now.
Week. Hopefully we'll have this all straightened out.
Fan Zone. Whoa.
Get your ticket.
My name is Buzz Backlund, and I'm in the OVW Fan Zone.
And we're back, OVW Fan Zone Live. My name is Jackman Oaks.
Brian Hines, at your service.
We have a, just in case you're in the chat or you're just only listening to us, we do have confirmation. It is the 22nd and 23rd. That comes from Rebecca Cady in the chat.
Thanks, Miss Becky.
Yeah, thank you for that information. So yeah, that's the dates for the Bluegrass for the Kentucky State Fair, August 22nd, 23rd. So fun stuff. All right, let's do our review, Tiny Brian.
All right, let's jump into it. So let's talk about what happened last week on our predictions review. If I can convince my screen to do the things I need. So first one we talked about was the OVW Media Champion Anthony Katina taking on the 13th Warrior Jamin Olivencia. Both of you correctly predicted that Mr. Olivencia would win that particular bout. So good on you both.
Yeah, I think that was a foregone conclusion. Jamin Olivencia is one of the best wrestlers in the history of the company.
Yes.
And going into the pay-per-view where he's headlining with Cal Hero, I didn't see him losing.
No.
I think we all kind of agreed that Cal would interfere in that match, but he just kind of did commentary and stood by the ring as the finish happened. So.
And then at the end of it, they kind of had a stare down in the ring,
yeah,
which I
it
thought was kind
pretty
of
great.
odd. And okay.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, please.
For somebody who's never seen Twin Peaks, you're not going to get this reference, but this very much kind of has a Dale Cooper, Wyndham Earl vibe to it that I'm really enjoying. But maybe you'll get there one day.
What's like a more broad pop culture reference that would also encapsulate this
Are these
relationship.
frenemies? Is that the notion that we're going for here?
Like former apprentice partners, that kind of thing.
Kung fu. It's like a kung fu premise.
Not quite.
Like the student has to become the teacher or whatever.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
Except for the teacher escapes from a mental institution and comes back to torture the former student.
Fun stuff. I gotta watch that show.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Anyway.
What else do we have?
Let's see. So then you both did predict the number one contenders match. I believe you both kind of agonized over this pretty extensively.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you both managed to land on where I would have certainly predicted if I was a predictor, Angelica Risk.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, she was not able to pick up that victory, and we see we're going to get a rematch with Sophia Rose.
Unfortunately for us, but fortunate for Sophia Rose.
Yes.
Unfortunate for our standings in the points or whatever. This is the second show where the points don't matter. No, and in retrospect, like, we might have been speaking purely out of sentiment and purely out of like the potential of the match between Freya and Angelica, which I want to be very clear, still really, really, really want to see.
Yeah.
But I think that if we pulled ourselves out of the situation a little bit more, that we would have chose correctly with Sophia Rose. We just could not. We were wearing rose tinted glasses and risk tinted glasses. So.
Yeah,
I wish I'd have named the last episode Risk-Tinted Glasses.
Yeah. You can keep that one.
You both also thought that Larkin would interfere. I mean, she was certainly ringside. I don't know that she interfered in the actual match, but she was down there messing with Freya quite a bit.
Well, yeah, she did. I mean, she didn't in the actual match, but once Freya entered the conversation, here comes lovely Miss Larkin beating her with the giant inflatable ball bat, and then ultimately stabbing her in the stomach with the invisible knife, which did mass damage as far as I could tell, because she doubled over and fell to the floor, and that was about the end of that.
Yeah, and we still have a lot of time before the pay-per-view, so we're not out of the woods as far as Freya, Sophia Rose, lovely Miss Larkin, interferences, potential breakups of a friendship, all of that type of thing. We still got 2 weeks before fight night. So.
And that's a long time.
It's a lot of volatile stuff going on at the top of the top of the women's division here.
There is.
We also talked about this was J-Rod's return.
Big deal.
I floated the theory that she might get into that three-way dance and make it a fatal four-way, but that did not happen. Both of you wisely predicted that I was up in the night about that.
Yeah,
so.
I think that J-Rod's kind of in her own lane right now. No doubt that she wants to get back to the women's title, the women's title picture. But for right now, it seems like she's kind of happy just being back in OVW and just wrestling, you know.
Getting her feet wet, getting the crowd behind her, I thought.
Big time.
Yeah.
People were very excited to see J-Rod back.
Absolutely. And can we talk for just a minute before we move on to the most exciting segment in all of OVW Fan Zone Live? Before we get to that, though, wanted to take a moment to maybe talk about Ari Alexander here. I know we brought her up in the podcast. The podcast is out at 8 o'clock at our YouTube channel at OVW Podcast. But for now, what did you think of having Ari Alexander back?
Go ahead.
It was great to see her again. We hadn't seen her in OVW in several months, probably about 8 or so.
Long time.
I hadn't seen her build in anything around Cincinnati, which is her hometown. I used to see her all the time at the local shows, and then OVW, so that was a pleasant surprise. But she's been out in different promotions all over the place, and I'm just glad she's back.
Yeah, and it's Ari Alexander is one of my favorite wrestlers at OVW. I've always thought that she's like a very, very, very talented professional wrestler. So anytime that you can have her on the card, you get her on the card. I don't think that maybe I'm reading too much into this. Maybe I'm reading it wrong, but there just seems something about the return of J-Rod when you're comparing it to the return of Ari Alexander that, they're similar in that we haven't seen them in a few months, but the reception for J-Rod was like, oh, she's back. For something about the reception of Ari Alexander felt like, oh, she's here.
She's present.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's unfortunate for Ari, but I don't think it bothers her too much or anything. But I think Ari Alexander is one of the most talented professional wrestlers in OVW or around OVW, I guess.
Yeah.
OVW photographer Zachary Pittman's in the chat room.
Zachary Pittman in the chat.
Hello,
with
sir.
High praise for Super Z and his new butler.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah. This whole Butler Super Z thing, I think it was such a more interesting thing for Z to bring in someone we had never seen before than for him to recruit from, long-standing presences on the roster. I thought that was really, really smart. I think that it's worked very, very well in the last couple of weeks. I want to see more of it. So.
Yeah, that fight sequence after the match where Z and PG-13 took out the whole entire Doom Squad was phenomenal. Quick timing, quick paced,
and it translates really well on television.
Yeah,
it looks
does.
very good on television. So.
I've never seen anybody handier with an umbrella.
I love the umbrella move. I'm going to say the same thing here I did on the podcast. They need to get it with the spiral so that he can spin it and hypnotize the Goon Squad or whatever they're called.
Imagine if he had two of them, like umbrella chucks or something.
That would be too much. I do want to see him pull a little knife out of there though, like out of the handle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah, that'd be cool. An invisible knife out of the handle. It was right there. Sorry. Let's do the thing. Let's do the thing.
Now it is time for the most exciting segment in all of OVW Fan Zone. Malachi, stop it. Predictions.
Hey, can you guys hear me in your headphones? Because I can't hear me in mine.
Let's talk again.
Can you hear me in your headphones? Because I can't hear me in mine.
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Okay.
Let me turn you up a little, though.
Hey, there we go. Now I can hear everybody better.
Excellent.
Wonderful.
All right, let's get into it.
All right. So, not a whole bunch this week, but we are going to start. Lots of business, not as lot, but a great match to start things off with. We're going to go out of order because we have them wrong. So we're going to start with the OVW Media Champ Anthony Katina taking on one Luscious Lawrence. What do you think?
I actually was thinking to myself earlier this week, maybe over the weekend, that I hadn't seen Luscious in a long time. And I'm very glad to see him back.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's first things first. When I started really going to OVW a lot, Luscious was featured pretty heavily on the card.
Was that when Haley was his her valet?
Yeah.
His valet?
And it just worked. That whole thing worked so much, and I just fell in love with Luscious because he's so funny.
Luscious?
Yeah, he's so luscious, So I'm glad to see Luscious back. He's always been one of my favorite people on the roster. He's got a lot of good energy. A lot of good energy.
Yeah, he's a good dude. I like him a lot.
Yeah, he is.
Actually, he was the first person I ever talked to in OVW at the Country Boy show that was featured in Wrestlers.
Oh,
that was my first OVW show, and he was the first person to talk to.
He definitely is a great ambassador for the brand, to be sure.
Yeah.
And he trained with Ricky Morton. I mean, come on. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I think he needs a shirt that just says "He's so luscious." I think that I might buy that shirt if it was in my size.
I mean, you could just make it.
I suppose I do.
You have we have the technology.
We do.
All right, Luscious Lawrence versus Anthony Katina.
Chat room's excited. What do you guys say?
I'll say this at the outset. You know what I would like to see? I don't know if it's possible. I want to see Omar come out and make the save.
Oh.
I want to see Omar come back, and I don't know if that's possible at all. I don't know anything, but the numbers game with the trifecta. That's been the story since they've become a unit.
That would be perfect.
Yeah, that would be.
That is a great call.
So dope. Right ahead of the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Really, really, really really ups the ante for what's possible, right?
Yeah.
That's my me trying to hit a home run prediction, right?
Sure.
But let's scale it back a little bit.
Right.
I would love. Is this a title match?
No. Non-title bout, I believe.
I would love to say that I think Luscious Lawrence can squeak this one out, but I don't think that I can without some backup. So I'm going to have to go Anthony Katina.
Yeah.
All right.
That is a good point. I mean, whenever you face anybody in the trifecta, whether it's Adonis, Beretta, or Katina, you're not just facing them. You're facing the whole group. And they work well together as a unit. Too well sometimes, actually. My heart says Team Cream. Anthony Katina, he's probably going to come out on top. Unless, like you said, Luscious has some backup.
Right. And that would be a huge return, be a huge moment to see Omar back.
You just want to see the hot tags again.
I do want to see an Omar Amir hot tag like my life depends on it. That is you're 110%, man. You're 110%. Nobody comes out of the corner with as much ferociousness as Omar Amir after a hot tag.
Yeah.
Like it's a sight to see. So
hold on, let's do a side bet.
Okay.
Do we think that Lush is going to cream Chris Runyon? Do you think that
I do.
the little Lushes will make an appearance?
Almost. Yeah, I think yes to both of those things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to get Chris back down here. Haven't had him down in a minute.
I haven't
Yeah,
heard
Chris-
from him in a while.
I know.
So,
We
yeah,
miss you,
definitely.
Chris, wherever you are.
We do.
Chris is always. He knows he's always welcome. He's always fun to have on the show too. So and people like him. Gosh darn it.
Mm-hmm.
So let's move on. Let's move
along. All right. Next, we have the aforementioned six woman tag match, which we'll see. Well, I just lost my place. There we go. Lovely Miss Larkin,
Hollywood
Haley
J.
J. and Sophia Rose. I don't know why I can't read tonight. Taking on J-Rod, Freya the
Tonight.
Slayer, and Vipress which is sort of random, but I like her. Okay.
No, yeah. That does seem a little hodgepodgey over there with the Freya J-Rod Vipress teaming, especially because I don't view J-Rod as a heel, but I guess she has to be against Hollywood because Hollywood, of course, lost her last match at OVW to J-Rod.
Yeah.
So I guess there's the connection, but it does seem slightly hodgepodgey. I will say that.
A little bit.
J-Rod and Freya having to function together in a match is weird because they certainly did not like each other.
They really didn't like each other.
No.
Here's what I'll say about the other team of three: Hollywood, Haley J, Lovely Miss Larkin, Sophia Rose. That is not as hodgepodgey. This is a moment for Lovely Miss Larkin and Sophia Rose to get a little bit of that charisma, that dust, that Hollywood Haley J dust on them, and it's an anointment. It's them letting you know, hey, we know how much you love Hollywood. Here's her back. These are your new Hollywoods. These are your new
That's a good way to put
top people,
it. Yeah.
top baby faces. And I like that a lot. Having said that, I think that not only does the team of J-Rod, Frey, the Slayer, and Vipers win, I think Hollywood Haley J is the one that takes the pin.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Did not see that coming.
All right, hang on. That's something that controversial. I got to write it down.
Basically, where I come from with that is exactly what I just said. Like, it's a reminder of how much you love Hollywood. It's a reminder how much you are going to love lovely Miss Larkin and Sophia Rose if you don't already. But it's also a reminder that Hollywood Haley J isn't here anymore. You know? So just philosophically speaking, if that's even the right term for it, I think that's what is going to happen. You know.
So you think it's already a foregone conclusion that Holly's just stopping through? Haley J is just going to be there for one night.
I can't say that. I think if she loses, yes. I think if she loses, yes. But
how long ago was that loser leaves town? Or
that was like February or March.
Yeah, it was like February.
So not even quite 6 months yet, really, or just coming up on 6 months.
And I think that's what will end up happening, just because it's a little bit too sweet. It's a little bit too sweet to have Hollywood come back and win. That's just my, me reading tea leaves, right? Me reading tea leaves. So, or me being on the internet and saying things that are slightly controversial so people will react. Which one will it be? You guys don't know.
Little column A, little column B.
What do you think, Brian Hines?
Well, first, when you set us up to talk about this match, and you said it was the women's tag match, 6-man tag, you said lovely Miss Larkin. I immediately jumped to her being one of the teams by herself because she's got so many different personalities. But so one side of the ring, we've got Larkin, we've got Hollywood Haley J, and Sophia Rose versus J-Rod, who has also recently come back, Freya, who is a mainstay, and have we seen Vipers?
Vipers? Yeah, we've seen her.
Yeah, she's been here off and on.
Okay. Yeah. I can't believe you said that Hollywood's going to take the pin.
Yeah. Water smells chummy.
I don't know. I totally disagree. Hollywood Haley J walks out that ramp.
Mm-hmm.
The roof on that place is going to be in the field across the street.
Yep.
She's going to blow the roof off of that place. People cannot wait to see her again. And I don't see...
People are going to be holding up their babies.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's going to happen. It's going to be like a president came through.
Pretty much. So I don't see her being the one that takes the pin if their team should lose. I don't...
Do you think their team's going to lose?
No.
Okay.
I'm going with them.
Do you think since we have Jackman saying that Hollywood's going to take the pin, do you think Hollywood Haley J is going to actually do the pinning?
I think she has unfinished business with J-Rod.
So you think maybe she pins J-Rod?
I don't know. I'm just really happy to see her back. I think their team wins. That's as far as my thoughts go.
Well, and
I mean, there's no love lost among like 5 out of 6 of these folks.
She's recently returned, J-Rod has, and has had a couple of really big, commanding victories, but up to this point, no clear direction on what she's going to be doing long term.
No mic work at all to give us an idea of
No.
how to view her character.
So, if maybe that's a direction for J-Rod in your scenario, maybe that's a long-term direction for J-Rod. Maybe Hollywood is sticking around. I don't feel confident about it.
I kind of feel like this match is setting the stage for something bigger that we're going to see at Fight Night. I just can't quite put my finger on it yet.
Yeah, never underestimate the final handful of weeks right before the Fight Night.
Definitely.
Never underestimate it.
Yeah.
What else we got?
All right, let's see. So beyond that, for actual matches, we start to get a little thin. We do have the required OVW US Championship contract signing, which will, of course, involve your OVW US Champion Eric Surge, Tony Gunn, and Crixus. So they're going to be signing. We had an initial discussion during the podcast this evening, which will be out right at 8 o'clock at our YouTube channel at OVW Podcast. We had a pretty good, an early kind of predictions discussion about this match.
So we're getting the contract signing this week.
Mm-hmm. What do you guys think we're gonna get? They're just gonna walk out and sign the contracts and leave with no drama?
Who's getting hit with the steel chair? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, who's going through that table that the contract's gonna be on?
Buddy?
You know, I think this one, honestly, I think we are going to get a straightforward contract signing.
Okay.
I think that these three guys can do the segment without the violence. I think that they can pull the segment. It's almost always a foregone conclusion that a contract signing is going to end in disaster. Somebody's going through a table. Some da-da-da-da-da. I think these guys can pull the segment without needing to go there.
Interesting.
I think there's enough tension there. I think there's enough meat on the bone for him to pull that off.
What do you think, Brian?
I think somebody's getting hit with a chair or going through the contract signing table, or possibly both.
Who?
I don't know. Not yet, anyway. But let me talk this out. Maybe I'll Maybe I'll settle someplace. There's already bad blood between Tony Gunn and Crixus.
Mm-hmm.
They've both had a victory over Eric Surge in the last 3 weeks. So there's a whole lot of tension among these three. I don't see Surge being the instigator.
No.
That doesn't really seem like his style.
I don't believe so.
I think things are going to get heated between Crixus and Tony Gunn, and that's where it's going to start. It's just a matter of who would. Come on, let's face it. Crixus is going to be the one who's got the chair.
Yeah. Crixus, I'm going to go most likely to use the weapon of the three.
Agreed.
I'm going to go least likely, obviously, Eric Surge.
Yeah.
Not that kind of champion.
Class act.
Not that kind of baby face.
Eric Surge. I
Shark
think,
dresser.
Yeah, he is not.
Oh, yeah. You know what? That's a great point. We get another Eric Surge outfit for the contract signing.
So far, we've seen the gold paisley shirt.
Yeah.
The purple paisley shirt. This past episode, it kind of looked like black on black paisley.
Black on black's hard to pull off, man.
Yeah, but it was like glossy versus kind of matte kind of thing.
Yeah, no,
I don't know.
You gotta have some confidence if you see the shirt, the black on black shirt. You gotta really know you're about to pull that off.
Well, I mean, he's the champion, so of course he can.
He did. Yeah, he pulled it off. I enjoy Eric Surge's non-wrestling gear.
I enjoy that almost as much as the Jaden Nero Shoe Appreciation Society.
So I guess there you have it on that one. I really think that there's enough grit here
that they can just kind of be intimidating and then kind of sign and all walk out without it escalating.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's an interesting question.
I think they're three characters, that can interact with each other. That's ultimately why I think that. I think that they all three know their characters so well that they can really, really, really rise the tension of this segment without needing to go there.
I guess we'll find out tomorrow night at Davis Arena.
Yeah,
or live here on YouTube.
That's right.
Yes, 7 p.m. Eastern time. All right. So the last thing we know as far as events is perhaps one of the strangest things we've ever predicted here on the Fan Zone, because apparently OVW Heavyweight Champion Cal Hero is going to be throwing a birthday party for his Fight Night competitor and I assume birthday boy, Jamin Olivencia.
Cal comes out of a box. That's what I'm predicting for this
Like
segment.
a cake-shaped box?
Yeah, giant box in the ring. Oh, what's in this box? Cal Hero. And then they fight.
With a knuckle sandwich.
Yeah, and then they fight.
Okay, so we have Cal and a cake. I enjoy that.
A box, because you're not as over when you come out of a cake. You're really over when you come out of a box.
Cake.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I just assume the box will look like cake. All right. So, Brian, what do you think? What kind of shenanigans do you think?
I'm thinking, and I've been thinking about this one since I heard the announcement. haven't quite figured out what I think the angle is going to be yet, but maybe it's going to end up with a stipulation at Fight Night.
Yeah, I don't. You know what? I think you cracked it, buddy.
Think so?
The gift is a stipulation at Fight Night.
Oh. So now we got to wonder.
What would the stipulation be?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I think you got it. I think you nailed it.
I don't know.
You gotta
Just
love
kind of
it.
came to me.
So what do we think? What's a good what would you, if you could, what kind of stipulation would you want? Like plungers count anywhere? What do you want?
Iron Man.
Yeah. I think that there's only a couple of guys who could do it, and I think you're looking at Adam right there, Jamin Olavencia and Cal Hero.
Yeah. I mean, do I think I'm right? Probably not. I'm never right. If you ask this guy. But maybe I'm on to something.
I just said you were right. I just said you nailed it.
No, I mean like outside of this, like in the real world.
Oh, you're right. You're right from time to time, much as any of us.
Once in a while, and a broken clock's right twice a day. But
no, any idea like Chain Carnage?
Oh God, no.
Although I have to admit,
If we're hedging bets, guys, if we're hedging bets, it's
birthday
Chain
present,
Carnage.
not birthday punishment.
No. The Chain Carnage, we have such a bad taste left in our mouth by one Chain Carnage
The very
match.
first one that we went to.
And that
last
is
one was
not
solid.
Yeah, that's not the same.
and the changeover was much faster in the last one.
Yeah.
No, I agree with
I'm
that.
just busting balls, man. That's it.
No, I know. But I do think it's worth pointing out that OVW put in the work to make that stipulation better. They looked at that and they changed. They obviously had to.
They crushed it next time around.
Yeah, so they crushed it the next time around, and that's kind of an OVW signature stipulation, and we're talking about the Golden Boy, Cal Hero, first title defense against one of the biggest guys, best guys that's ever been in the history of the company, Jamin Olavencia. And you're talking about the heavyweight title, I think that you've got to look at something, the possibility of like Chain Carnage being that it's OVW's kind of signature stipulation. I think that's really big on the table.
I agree.
And
they and they've definitely worked out some of those kinks.
Yeah. No.
In the chains.
Well, and you put kind of a distance of one in between the EC3 Pectacular Chain Carnage match. The last one was markedly better. This is your opportunity to define the match, to really define the stipulation. Like, here's how this is done, guys, from now on. Kind of like the Shawn Hell in the Cell. Everybody goes straight to Mankind, Undertaker. Obviously, it's one of the most iconic moments in pop culture, not just in wrestling, in pop culture. But I really think if we're looking at defining the match style of Hell in a Cell, it's that first Shawn and Undertaker one. And I think that this has the opportunity to act in that same vein for the Chain Carnage stipulation.
I love it. Brian, that is a great insight that you had. The stip for a birthday present.
I hope I'm
think
right.
It's great. I hope you're right too. I am now completely on board with that.
No, I think you nailed it, buddy. I think you nailed it.
Oh, you didn't switch over to the birthday party graphic. Let's look at that for a moment.
That's a deduction.
So we feel better about it. There. Look at that. It's a birthday party graphic.
I can't see anything.
It will be in 15 seconds.
Now let's move on to the final graphic, the also appearing graphic, please. Let's see. So we got Steven Steele. Looks like is that Drew Hernandez?
We
Tony
can't see
Gunn.
Who was notoriously missing last week at the beginning of the program.
He sure was. So just in this, any idea what you think Steven Steele's going to have Linda back out to the mic?
Who?
Lola.
Yeah. Come on, baby doll.
Lola. Yes. Lola.
I used to love that song. Here's a funny story about the song Lola. We all know what it's about, I think. If you don't, Google it. I sent it to a girl in high school that I was very, very, very interested in. And she said, "Oh, that's such a sweet song. Thank you for sending it to me." And I said, "Actually, I just sent it to you because I think it's a really good song. You should probably listen to the lyrics." Like, she thought I was doing that, like, high school thing where I was like, "This song's about us." I was like, "No, I just wanted you to hear this cool song."
It's not really about you. You don't want to be.
Yeah,
you don't want it to be.
I don't
about
think you want it to be about you.
No.
So, not to say anything about that being bad at all, but it just wasn't her case. It was not the case for her.
So before we take our last break, I do want to take a moment. Hey guys, how about you like the stream for us if you're watching live? Click that like button.
Yeah, it helps. It helps a lot.
If you're,
what do you know? I just did that.
Thank you, sir. Look at that. And if you're watching not live, now would be a wonderful time for you to reach out and just click that like button, and also watch our podcast, which will be debuting in just under 20 minutes over on our YouTube channel. I'm going to keep saying that until somebody does it.
Yeah. No. Thank you. Saw a little bit of chat last week, a little bit of carryover on our YouTube video from this chat. So I appreciate those of you that did that. We're really trying to keep plugging away over there, and small stuff like that really, really matters. Interaction on the page, comments on the page, likes on the video really go a really far way. And so I appreciate anyone and everyone that hops over to our YouTube channel at OVW Podcast and watches our content. So thank you.
Yeah, without getting super sappy about it and turning it into a Sarah McLachlan-laced ASPCA commercial, it really does mean a lot to us.
Yeah, no, and it helps us in the grand scheme of like how the internet works also. So thank you. All right. What else do we have? Anything?
I think that pretty well rounds out the what we know about Rise tomorrow. I'm sure there'll be lots of surprises.
So, who was in the last graphic? It was Superior Tony Evans, Drew Hernandez, and on the far right, it was Seductive Steven Steele. And who was in the middle?
I am not
As
certain.
also
Put the last graphic back up there for us, kid.
So I'm going to go around the horn. Superior Tony Evans is going to come out and do superior things like he normally does. Tell everybody to hush. Tell somebody to come out for a match if they've got a pair and they're in the back. Who do you think it's going to be? This past week it was Jake Painter. Who's next?
I think the more interesting question would be, in the short amount of time that we have here left, is this huge commanding victory that Superior Tony Evans got last week.
But on his own.
No backup.
With a submission hold.
Yeah, and a submission hold. And we delve into that on our podcast, but like I think that it's worth bringing up here in front of this audience. Is like have we ever seen that?
I've never seen that. Not in 2 years.
Not that I can think of. That's a huge, huge deal in the arc of one Superior Tony Evans.
Yeah. There we go. It's the trifecta. I knew that it's okay. Who do you think it's going to be? Do you have any kind of prediction? I figured we would just go around the horn real quick.
No, maybe Jake. I'd kind of like to see Jake Painter again, and maybe a long-term Tony Evans, Jake Painter thing. Jake Painter's mad that he got tapped out.
Wants a rematch.
Wants to hit
him with the backbreakers.
So I think that could be a lot of fun. I think that match really surprised me last week. I'd kind of like to see more of it. The trifecta, I think we're going to get, between Adonis and Beretta, I think we're going to get some newly formed tag team, Mammoth veteran.
Do you think it would be them? I would love for it to be them.
I think we're just going to see a little bit of progress in that.
Kind of like bringing both sides closer to a situation where they could be facing a match.
Right.
Each other in a match at a pay-per-view?
Right.
Okay.
And then Steven Steele, I think we all want to see another promo.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
And if we've been paying attention, almost all Steven Steele promos end in a match. Mm-hmm. And like...
and moves.
Yeah, keep printing that.
Yep.
keep writing that book
Run
because
it back every week.
it's been fantastic so far. So I think that's what we'll probably get as far as Steven Steele.
Solid.
Any guess on who Steven Steele might face?
I feel like we're overdue for a Rush Division scramble.
Yeah.
I mean, it has been 2 weeks.
The Rush Division is still really, really upset with stunning Steven Steele and his 169 pounds. So if it ends up being like a 5 or 6 person, I'm going to go Steele, Lawson,
Okay.
Chris Exodus.
Okay.
We'll say 6. Those are my 3. Who you got?
I think Brandon Davis at this point is when he's there a ipso facto leader against Steven Steele almost.
Yeah.
At least he was last time.
So I think he's there. You took Lawson. He's one of my guys. We'll round it out with Icon Lee. And it doesn't matter. Steven Steele's going to win.
Yeah.
But if Icon's part of that conversation, that's going to bring in the rest of the Doom Squad and then thusly Super Z as a result.
Well, yeah, and maybe even that 6th person is Super Z, rounding that out, and that's how that happens, and Steven Steele uses it as an opportunity to capitalize and retain.
Do you remember that time we did the food draft?
Yeah.
We should do a Rush Division draft.
Okay, I could do that. That would be fun. That's a good idea. I'll do a Rush Division draft.
Time's starting to get away with us. I got a stack of questions. Let's just skip our final break and move right into feedback, shall we?
Perfect.
Let's do this.
So Jason Havoc, JACENHAVIK.
Greetings.
Sounds like Jason Havoc to me. Says, thank you for being so great. I'm just talking about us. So
thank you.
Thank you, Jason.
Wasn't expecting anything like that, but yeah, thank you so much.
Kicked it off with that. Junk Punch Hero, who of course always coming through with the heat.
Yep, always.
When we were discussing wrestling, the Stossel interview earlier in the broadcast, Junk Punch Hero says, wrestling fake? You mean if I push someone, they won't run 15 feet, bounce, and come back so I can big boot them? No!
Sadly, yes.
I don't fully get what he means, but I just found it funny.
Well, the thing about the Stossel thing, too, and what makes it so just arrogant and stupid is, like, the first book about the inner workings of wrestling was published in, like, 1919.
Yeah, it's not exactly a secret.
Yeah, and then again in, like, the 60s, it kind of became, out in the, I think someone reported the winnings.
Yeah, the New York Times or one of the New York papers reported the results of a show.
Results that hadn't happened yet.
Yeah.
So we have that.
Oops.
And so it just seems like media in general is like fascinated with like every kind of couple of years. We need an easy win. Let's go after wrestling. It's like it's been done. It's been done, dude. Get an original idea.
Yeah, we know.
What?
Thank
Wrestling
you.
won.
Yeah.
Yeah, wrestling wins every time.
John Stossel, what are you even doing nowadays?
You're just a cheap Geraldo Rivera. Josh Gardner says
That's
harsh.
That's rough.
I know. I'm harsh. Josh Gardner notes that, in his opinion, women's matchups are more interesting than the men's matchups in OVW.
I think that you echo that. I think you echo a sentiment that a lot of people share with you. I think that's been what we've heard doing the show, going to the shows, talking to people. That's what we've heard 1,000 times. So consensus is that you're correct.
Yeah, they have a compelling women's division there in OVW.
Not only that, but we've seen 3 pretty big returns counting Hollywood Haley J tomorrow.
Yeah, women's division.
We just can't say it enough.
Ari Alexander. And then tomorrow, is it going to lead to something? I don't know. I hope so. I kind of feel like it is.
All we can do is tune in and find out.
That's right.
Which we will. Let's see. Josh Gardner says the trifecta are guys that peaked in junior college, which I just found to be a funny comment, so I wanted to echo it here.
No, that's those other guys.
Oh yeah, the
The bad
Alpha Sigma Sigma.
Yeah, those guys. That's
Yeah.
That's a different tag team. But I see. But point taken.
Point taken.
Right.
OVW photographer and investigative journalist Zachary D. Pittman III commented about Luscious Lawrence. He needs to sell cream soda as merch.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, solid.
Luscious Lawrence's cream soda. Yeah, I'd probably drink that. I'd feel a little
That
dirty,
guy's got
but I'd
good
still
head
drink
on his
it.
shoulders.
Yeah, for being a journalist, this guy seems to have pretty good ideas about the wrestling business.
I'm telling you. Maybe he should go to the OVW Academy and learn from the best. It's the Harvard of professional
Harvard of
wrestling.
They're starting a new semester in October, so
They
that'll
sure
be a
are.
perfect time. Yeah.
OVWacademy.com, guys.
Miss Becky's in the chat. You can ask her about it right
Yeah,
now.
just message Becky. She's always ready to help. Junk Punch Hero bringing more of that heat. Says, what's the story for, I assume, Hollywood Haley J being back? Or are we just ignoring it and being happy?
They do have some splaining to do.
Yeah.
But to answer your question truthfully, we're ignoring it and being happy. It's Hollywood Haley J. You know, doesn't matter how or why she gets back. If she's back,
We're happy
that's
about
the story.
it. Yeah. Then let's see here. Josh Gardner, continuing to talk about Haley J, says wonders if maybe she'll turn on her teammates in the 6-woman tag. A heel turn in a one night return.
That would be, and people wouldn't be upset about it because she can do no wrong in that place.
I'm pretty sure she could spit on people and mostly they'd be okay.
Yeah, there's some people in there that might
Be up for it. Yeah.
So Cosmic Joe says that his question didn't make it. What was his question? Do you remember?
Oh, I'm sorry, Cosmic. Repeat that. If I missed it, I don't know that I have one. Yeah, say that.
In the meantime, what else do we
Somebody
have?
else
meantime,
pointed
let's
out
move
that
on.
the 13th warrior was an Antonio Banderas.
Yes, I
movie.
think he's actually the 11th warrior.
That is correct, and that is also a deduction.
Yeah, I'm a
I know
man
that for
made
a
of
fact
deductions.
because I've got the fortune cookie that he gave us when he came in and did the interview on my wall in my apartment. So I use that for motivation.
Mine's on the
sometimes.
fridge.
If I had a bigger fridge, I would have more space for things like that.
Shout out to the chat for catching that one and also being up on their pop culture.
No kidding. Junk Punch Hero, I believe, has a theory
Okay.
for our U.S. Championship 3-way match. What is that? I know Fatal 4-way, but I cannot
Triple
keep
threat.
Triple threat. I cannot keep triple threat in my head today.
Like me, singing, dancing, and acting.
Junk Punch Hero says the Revolution return is incoming. Gunn and Crixus are pulling a fast one. Not one weapon has been turned on each other. And that Leather Daddy Doug will be U.S. champ by the end of the pay-per-view. What do you guys think?
That's about the most 2024 thing I've heard this year.
Hey, that's
And it worked at the time.
You want to come host the show? We say controversial things back here. That's better than anything I could have come up with.
No kidding.
That's good. That's really good.
So what Cosmic Joe was asking about earlier is, would you do an inter-promotional event, and if so, against who?
I mean, do I have that kind of power?
Oh, yeah, we're just
Or
fantasy
just like
booking.
in theory?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would absolutely love that. Like Forbidden Door style?
Yeah.
I don't know who it would be, though.
It's tough. It's tough with OVW in that right now because
They don't quite have a peer.
well, exactly. Anybody that they did it with would be massively over gaining what OVW is gaining from it.
Yeah, any indie.
Yeah.
Because OVW is not
Yeah.
really an indie.
No.
And they've done it in the past. I think that's
Josh suggests Southern States Wrestling. Either one of you know anything about that particular promotion?
Isn't that where we get our propane?
I do not.
Fight for it.
Besides Strickland, of course.
I'm not familiar with Southern States.
Yeah.
I'll have to do some research.
Yeah, that's part of why we're kind of weak on this particular question, Cosmic, is because, we don't really know
There it is.
the other ones. quite that-
GLCW, even though they're both kind of like already heavily intertwined.
Right. That one's tough. I would, if I had to choose, New Japan.
Oh, well, yeah, that'd be lovely.
No, that's a tough question. It's a tough question. Because they have so much more to lose than these other people. So,
Amelia Jane, when talking about the contract signing incoming for the U.S. Championship, says when we were discussing whether or not someone was going through that contract table, Amelia Jane called it Chekhov's contract signing table, which is, you set a table up, somebody's got to go through it.
that's funny.
Yeah, I thought so too. Josh Gardner wonders, is Steven capable of an Iron Man match yet?
That's a good question. And here, I saw that earlier, and I'm glad that you brought that up. The answer, in my opinion, is yes and no. And what I mean by that is, would he survive an Iron Man match? Yes. But he's only had, individual matches 2 so far?
I think so.
Every other win has been almost like random luck. Like he fell on his opponent and then he got the 3 count. So, yeah, I would love to see that where it's like half-hour Iron Man match and he is just getting the tar beat out of him the whole entire time, but still ends up by pure fluke and random chance getting more than 1 pin and ultimately winning the match.
But for what it's worth, we didn't predict a Iron Man for Steven Steele.
No.
We predicted one for Jamin Olavencia and Cal Hero.
Which is kind of where I got that from. I saw that and I thought,
Cosmic Dro suggested a loser leaves OVW match for the stip for Cal and Jamin.
But that was the last stipulation.
It's happened recently.
I think that you're in a very tough spot booking a loser leaves town match when you just brought Haley back.
Yeah, that is just true.
I think that's just a tough spot mentally.
Junk Punch Hero suggests, what about if Adam Revolver did a vampire gimmick? Copy Aleister Black or just use a lot of glitter?
No glitter. More if it's Ryan Von Rocket, I'm team glitter. In this case, no glitter. No glittery vampires. You need the gritty kind of just Nosferatu.
Gangrel?
Thumbveratu.
Thumbveratu?
Yeah.
That's not bad.
I'm not going to...
No, you did it last time.
I don't know if
I'm trying real hard not to.
I don't know
put
if
the
I
fangs
need
on it.
any glittery vampires.
No, I've never been a fan of glittery vampires.
No.
Our last comment comes from Josh Gardner, who says, Steven creeped out all the female interviewers.
Yeah, that's the...
I guess that's his...
That seems to be kind of the point.
Yeah, I think he likes it.
Yeah, he definitely seems to be enjoying himself.
Lola does not.
No. Lovely Linda Kay does not. We use her proper name over here behind the mic. All right, let's get to the calendar. Tomorrow, starting at 6:15, 4400 Shepherdsville Road, Hot Point Davis Arena, OVW Live. First, you'll be able to watch Overdrive at 6:30. Then at 7 o'clock, it's 2 hours of the greatest wrestling in the tri-state area. That's OVW Rise.
That's a little narrow, tri-state area. You could expand that a little bit.
All right. The Tri-Nation area. It's the best wrestling in North America.
Yeah, I was going to say it's just called North America.
Yes. It is. It's a pretty great show. You should go. We may go. Becky asked when we're going to go. I think we're going to try to come tomorrow if everybody's down. Anyway.
For what it's worth, I got to get some hours tomorrow.
Tomorrow might not be the day, but we'll be there soon, and when we do, we'll explain.
We'll definitely be there for fight night. Fight night.
Then let's see. Next Tuesday, you can catch Lovely Linda Kay along with Jessica. They host Overdrive, the show that always kicks out at 2. Our podcast is literally in right now. It's about to launch, so go switch over and watch it.
Yeah,
Next,
hop on over there, guys.
6 days, 23 hours from now, we are right back here for OVW Fan Zone Live for Fans Talk Back.
Thank you guys very much for tuning in. My name is Jack Minoaks.
I'm Brian Hines. Please hit like and subscribe.